back. Okay, so both teams, they started with pretty much very similar. Well, it's basically mirror comp. The only thing that's different is Fury on Pharah, and then you have Libra on Hanzo. And if you're Fury here, he's just gonna chill around this pillar. It's basically like Iconwald. You see, there's barely anything stopping them from keeping this high ground, because you just play LOS, deny Widow sightlines. What else? Nothing else really. It's just a stall. How do you say? A stalemate? I guess that's the word. Now let's play this in normal speed. Profit. Ah, he got scouted by Widow Mine. Wanna see Nana's shot?
I'm out of here.
Oh. Nothing special, okay. Then they try to barrage here at the same time. They kill Mano, but Sleeps comes in. And anything else? Not really. What's up, your bite? So how did everything break down? Go back fully. Okay, let's take a look at this situation. The Pharah over there. And then, okay. Orisa is playing alone, pushing up. And because their Orisa can't hold how do you say, can't contest? Well, why can't she contest? I guess it's because of Prophet here. No, Libra, I mean, not Prophet, Libra. He's trying to flank around the shield. And then you have Orisa from the front. She's gonna play LOS. And above is Fury. Cam is a little bigger than usual, am I wrong? No, you might be right, actually. That should be a bit smaller now. All right. And then you have the Widow duels here.
I cannot be stopped.
First comes in Mano and they are fine. It's very difficult to... I feel like I don't understand the comp. Or like, I don't understand the comps exactly. Like, there's some disconnect in my head, and I'm gonna try to figure it out why. Because I'm not sure if it all comes down to just losing one fight. Or how to say, one poke, one person here. So, they lose Prophet. Is that the biggest issue? Spitfire loses him. Sure. Ah. Okay, never mind. That's how. Anna dies after. Okay, okay. Okay, never mind. I think I get it. You get picks. Shit happens. Because there weren't really any ults or abilities or anything used. It's mostly the dual sightlines and then killing the Sombra at the start. Pushing for Anna. Sleeping the Pharah. And then we want to look at Nana here. What was the dragon for? 1 second. The dragon was to zone, wasn't it? Oh, he messed up the dragon. He looked away, okay. There's the EMP. With EMP up, you're gonna kill Hanzo. You can't really go for the Sombra, but she's decloaked, I think. Yeah, no, she's gonna become decloaked soon. Sleep onto Gesture, and then EMP. That's a pretty good EMP receive. So we're gonna take a look at what it can see right here. What can you see? Well, Prophet goes in. There's Libero and Mano. You see, both before the EMP animation is out, we can already see who's hacked and not. Alright. And that would make me assume they already know EMP is coming and expected it. Okay. We move in. Gesture slept. Massive sleep by Jonak. And then counter EMP. Okay, so they just, I guess, expected EMP set up for split and make sure get their own EMP in. Otherwise, CBLB wouldn't be, you know, it would be this far back actually, because that's a default spot. I still feel like I don't understand the comp exactly how they play it, so might miss a lot of stuff here. Okay. You can't really do anything as Winston or Diva on the Orisa, so you have to go into the backline. They walk in, bubble, but because there's no kill potential, Gesture has to run back, and that's suicide. So the moment he landed in this bubble and didn't find any kills, he's dead. They tried to set up a nade as well with Bedosian. And then you can't get this free push because no one can contest your snipers anymore, except enemy snipers. And that's it. That's not very difficult to how to say, understand though. And now Spitfire switches to Roadhog, Rissa Roadhog, Hanzo Widow. This makes sense because, again, sorry about that, tabbed out. Again, because there's this 222 lock coming in. All of this makes sense. 222, 222 from both teams. No, triple DPS from Excelsior. I think maybe Rhino Rissa would be pretty strong here as well because of the sharp corners. Anyways, default positions for Rissa. Meanwhile, Birdring is trying to challenge, well, not challenge, but he's trying to defend himself versus CBLB. Missing shots happen. And there's nothing you can do about. It's important to go back here a bit. Good cap. Okay, back. Yeah. That's what I saw as well. Right, so Wallach used. What angle does Nanny have? Well, he sees Birdring. Then Birdring is there. You see there's a crossfire immediately. And because Birdring is not going out, You have Nen in. And then Bedoshin up in a pretty bad position. Pretty bad position, considering the Wallach. But there's no other position because CBLB is here and the wrist is pushing in. So you can't really run over. If Bedoshin would sit around the corner. So they are aware of the Widow. They see the Widow. Oh, wait. I wanna check this nade. Okay, that was a normal nade. Nade on Bedoshin and Fury. And here's the issue. Of course. This is a normal spot for Anna. Gestures in front. Does Gesture have shield? He has shield soon. And he has Fortify. So as a risk, you can hold this. You can hold this corner. You can hold payload here. Mano, he wants to push in. Like, he wants to keep pushing in and go for the headshot duo. But he has to play safe because Fury is in front here. And it doesn't make sense for Gesture to give up this corner this easily. Considering Fury. And then Bedoshin backing in into Hanzo. I think that might just be muscle memory. You know, you're just out of habit because you're completely safe here. If you think about it, there's a Sombra behind you, but Widow and Hanzo are in the back. And sure, Hanzo might come up here, Widow might come up here. You're pretty fine here as Anna, like behind the shield. Or even on the shield. Jonah gets hooked. He doesn't get one shot though. Then there's the sleep, nice, nade. And these flanks just mess up NYXL, London completely. I have no idea how Mano and Jonak are better, how to say, not better, but does it make sense that an Orisa plus Ana outpowers Orisa, Ana and Hog? It doesn't, really. It does not make sense. I'm pretty sure Spitfire hasn't practiced this too much. But this could easily be, how to say, this could easily be, I don't want to make too many claims, like statements, because I simply don't know. But this looks more like players making the strats compared to coaches making the strats. You don't have the top-down view of thinking. Like, when you look top-down, you immediately see the... Say, from a coach's perspective, let's go back here. Like, when you look at a... how to say... What's it called? Like a field like this, you immediately see connections. Like, you have... 1 second, where's my epic pen? Okay, settings. We want to go borderless. There we go. Okay, so you have snipers over here. Oh wow. Snipers over there. So you can have snipers anywhere. Snipers can be there. I think that maybe they didn't really expect the one tank. But even if they don't, they should know, like, Orisa can't handle this. Simply can't. Your shield is dying. Random question. What are the chances of that Brig is still picked in 2-2 meta? I I think the chances are good. Like, she's probably gonna get buffed. Since her healing is super low right now. Yeah, this is way too simple of a strat. Isn't a play device strat a bit unconventional for a Korean team? It is. It is definitely unconventional. So I think it's important to take a look at the coaching staff as well. Because London, they have struggled with coaching staff. How to say? They have not struggled with coaching staff. They have struggled with, I guess, players doing what they want, I guess is a better word. You have the right coaching staff though. JFeel, Agape. I know Agape is good for sure. I haven't seen much of JFeel. I haven't seen Coach 815. He's more leadership though. 815 is more leadership. I think Agape and JFeel are strategy. But it could be like players are heavy on the strategy. And I don't know, it just feels like they don't play tactically, they don't play strategically. Like, top down, shield placement is not good. Place the shield a tiny bit better, you know, so that you cover more to the side here. And it doesn't matter that there's a Sombra and a rotating bind corner. Maybe they're afraid of their shield dying too quickly. Who knows? But yeah, let's go for next round here. This is definitely unconventional if it's a play strat, but that's what I feel like when I see it from my perspective. But each coach is different, so is every player and every team. The triple DPS an effective counter to Spitfire comp because London can't project map control versus Sombra? I wouldn't say that. It's more like the triple DPS works because they let them surround them. So first point, they surrounded them on the outside. First point was a bit more of a skill matchup because there was a sleep onto Yuri when he was nanoed, and then Prophet dying here due to Sabialbi. So it was more like mechanical impact that lost in the first point, and you get EMP in the second point.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And I think Spitfire relied on... Oh yeah, I forgot to mention this. On second point, when Gesture switched to Monkey, I think he switched to Monkey for the snipers, but also for comfort, I think. Alright, let's see where they are looking. How can the snipers hold position versus triple DPS without mad headshots? It's line of sight. You gotta think about line of sight. We can use this one as an example. So line of sight, we take Birdring's perspective here. Whatever he can see, that's blocked by line of sight. His line of sight right now allows for shots on anyone here. And Manu is slightly underneath, you know, the wall. And yeah, it's like Yodabyte says, positioning, angles. For example, yeah, you can have a Widow here, you can have a Pharah over here, you can have a Hanzo over here, etc. There's a lot of things you can do. And it's mostly positioning and just preset the angles you want to take. And then you adapt to whatever positioning they have. Alright, so now Excelsior playing Winston Goats with Sombra. The spread is pretty simple. Zarya gives shield, the charge. And it's very difficult for the Zarya to gain any charge versus the Pharah. Because you simply don't spam the Zarya. You stay disciplined. And the switch to triple DPS here is correct because you just go poke. You poke the monkey from far away, they can't do any damage to you. You see, no range. And then you have the Orisa that can fortify on point, take care of herself. And let's see, Mano hooked, orbed. Oh yeah, yeah. Mano got orbed as he jumped, and that's an instant kill on him. That's just outplaying. It just felt like SBB would use one of his snipers to 2v1 for map control. Well, on third point, Spitfire didn't really position well at all, so pretty easy to pick them off. And now you get the first pick on Mano, means you don't have anyone making space or holding space for you. You push cart, and yeah, you have to reset on cart. So let's see what happens next here. We see switches from Excelsior, Nanny on Tracer because Zarya doesn't do anything. And yeah, everyone holding the same angle. Mano to contest. And then you have CBLB in the back, ready for bird ring. That's a nice set. That's a nice set dive. Okay, check this. So CBLB, he has scouted. He sees bird ring. Calls this with Nene. And they come in both at the same time. And that's nowhere enough healing for Bedosian to keep up with. Or damage, I mean, to keep up with. It's way too much. So you lose your Widow. Then your Winston can go rampant as, you know, however he wants. Kills the Sombra, goes for Fury. And Mercy has to run back. You lose point control here. And then Fury goes for the massive barrage. Okay. What happened here? Ah, okay. He's just going in and pressing Q. This is just individual decision making. He made this decision on his own, just saw the opportunity, went in. Those are the things you don't plan for. As Spitfire or Excelsior. Sleep comes in on Mano, he can't stall. It looks like they tried to keep the stall going because he was primaling there. Yeah, you have to die on payload here. Mano gives up a lot of charge. And next up, take the angles. These are default angles to just spam into spawn. CB will be making sure the Prophet doesn't see him. And yeah, here. Him and Prophet, they go side by side. So when you go side by side to another Sombra in stealth, there's like this sound. I don't know better word for it. Oh, it's just a sound. You like see each other turn around. You have the Widow duel. The best Widow wins. And the Mano playing corner, correct. CBLB is set up. It feels like he's setting up the EMP here, or trying to. But since Mano got slept, EMP doesn't come up, or come out. Because you can't really just engage however you want. Now might be a good time though. So I think they didn't want to wait for Mano to come back on Orisa because, yeah, they might get staggered, they might get picked, whatever. And yeah, that's why you pop rally. Maybe CBLB wanted to use his EMP as well, but he was hacked, so he couldn't. And eventually you're too late to, you know, go back out, and that could also be why rally was used. EMP comes out, we want to see the setup for EMP. Alright, CB will be setting up again. He's the one feeding them with information here. What can he see?
Apagando las luces.
Well, he can see pretty much everything.
Cease your resistance.
And this EMP was pretty weak, considering the stuff that came in. Let me fix the command as well for Bossabot. It was pretty weak because, yeah, no one could follow up there. I think they wanted to disable the backline and just go for the Orisa and maybe Sombra in the front.
I cannot be stopped.
But yeah, nothing really happens. And then you have Bongos. Bongos is a bit extra damage. People popping off. And let's see these angles. I was confused as to why the teams didn't go for more Reinhardt on this point, because Reinhardt is so good. What's up, by the way, Mob? How you doing, man? I understand the use of Orisa. Before we see Hanzo's Dragon, look at the comp from Excelsior and the one from Spitfire. So Spitfire runs double sniper within third point, and Excelsior has, yes, Orisa goats with no Zarya. Zarya doesn't make sense when we play Orisa because of the shield. But at this point, I don't think triple support makes sense either. Maybe they want to switch off the Orisa later. Okay, so Dragon comes out, and because of Dragon, Beat is used. And technically, you know, speaking, Spitfire is at the disadvantage because of their positioning. And, well, not here, now. Mano is always gonna win this Orisa duel. He's always winning that duel. And this is a great Dragon to zone. Sleep Valley hit. Let's take a look at the snipers. Birdring is easily killed. A headshot like that, can't do anything about it. Even if you're standing out in the open, you can't do anything about that. That's why Widow is one of the only heroes that can stand in the open. And suddenly, you see why Mano has the greater positioning. What can Gesture do if the shield dies? Can't do anything. But neither can Mano. Mano has to play the payload now. And because he didn't play the corner, well, I guess, yeah, because he didn't play the corner. Wait. I wanna see, is it even reasonable for him to play the corner? Alright, so let's take a look at this. What is it, formation, I guess? Yeah, formation. Manu wants to hide. He doesn't want to take damage. Does he have Fortify? He has Fortify soon, and he has Shield soon. Parzival, thank you so much for your sub, man. And welcome back. Alright, so Mano, he can rotate to this corner, or he can stand on the payload. The problem is, Yonak died, but why did he die? He died because of this line of sight here. Let's use a different color. We can use it, do it like this. His line of sight is like this, minus the payload. The payload doesn't have anything in it. Alright, Hanzo shoots. He can't step to the... I guess he's afraid of the Widow. Because the Widow has... Or, well, Widow doesn't have the line of sight yet, but she can step to the left here, and then she does. She has this like angle. I guess it's just Jonak out of position. Can he rotate? No, actually, Birdring has the line of sight. He definitely has the line of sight. He should have stepped to the right, actually. He might... Oh, he tries. No, wait. Oh, he's dodging shots. That's why. Ah, he's just trying to dodge shots and use Mano as body block, I guess. But regardless, he shouldn't be there. The thing is, if he's playing the corner over here, mind as well that right out. So if Jonak would play, let's say back here, or maybe here, he can only heal. What if he wants to do damage? Maybe he can, but he has to time the shots then. Why don't the Overwatch League play shield pressure comps against this? Because you have to reset the ult charges once you lose point B. And you have the flankers, you have Hanzo, you have Sombra, Widow, everyone can flank around you. So the shield pressure doesn't really matter. Versus snipers, you need to play line of, play with better line of sight. So let's take this line of sight here. You recover spawn, they have Warlock, they know exactly where they are. Might want to let this play out a bit more. Yeah. Don't think we can see anything valuable yet.
Feeling powerful, and I'm not even angry.
So yeah, I think Winston is the right choice, because if you go Orisa, you're gonna lose to EMP. You don't get any, no one contests the snipers really, and you don't need to stay on payload, because you have Lucian, you have Anna, and you have Brig.
I feel unstoppable.
But Mano dies. No, he doesn't die. See, Bjolbe, Libra, and Nani die.
Cease your resistance.
And then Dragon on payload so that you can push. Plus bongos. Nothing really you can do. I want to go back and see here.
Initiating match.
Oh, wait. Before the picks. Ah, Bjolbe got slapped.
And I'm not even angry.
Wait. Ocean.
It's just a scratch. You'll be fine.
Oh, yeah. They have the Warlock. Okay, that's just a great sleep dart. Should Mano have dropped after the Widow or just zoned her? I think it's important to go after the Widow. You want to go after the Widow with Nano because that forces Mercy to be on Widow, otherwise she dies. And then Widow, she has to use Hook. Slightly after the Hook is used, Mano's gonna have his jump, and then he can jump after, and he's gonna kill her. If he doesn't go for the Widow, he can go for Bedosian and Fury. But then no one can contest the Widow. And the Widow is gonna go rampant. And the bubble he places is simply for shield cutting. I don't think it's necessary though. That's out of habit he does it. I think it's out of habit.
I feel unstoppable.
I feel like he should have dropped it up on cart. In hindsight, yes. In hindsight, it would make sense. But if we go back, you have to think from the perspective of the player in game in the moment. Otherwise it's how to say, too unfair. You know, you're not factoring their perspective as well. All right. So let's say that you place the shield on payload. We need to go a bit further back because he has too much information here. Okay, you run out. What do you know? There's a Hanzo, they have Warlock, and they might have EMP. Who knows? Okay, you see there's Orisa, you see Diana. But still, what information do you have here? You don't know that they are on cart. You have no idea yet. Well, you know there's some. But you're mainly looking for the Widow. And sure, he can use the bubble here. But he has to keep in mind that Birdring has the hook. And if he uses the bubble, Birdring is gonna hook away and then just snipe him. But he receives nano later.
The payload is approaching its destination.
Powerful, and I'm not even
I think this bubble is simply out of habit. It's out of habit, I think, for Winston's. What's up, Wonder? But yeah, then people die and that's it, you know. Once you get picked, can't really do much.
3-3. Initiating match.
Peak, do you still do VOD reviews? Of course, man. I do them on Thursdays and Fridays. I do 4 a week, and then, you know, as long as Overwatch League is running, I do like 4 a week, 2 on Thursday and 2 on Friday. Unless I feel like I can do more. And when Overwatch League is not running, I ramp it up.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attack.
Right, so Spitfire opening with DPS again.
Stop the payload.
Standard positioning by Mano. There's, yeah, nothing special here. You have to watch out for the Widow LOS. And yeah, keep tabs on where the Widow is, where the Thera is. Make sure that you scout. Fury, for an example. He's only gonna play the roofs here. And he's turning around in order, you know, to block himself for Widow shooting. So that there's no headshot on him. Or less likely to be a headshot coming in. And then he's not even going for the Widow duel. Maybe he is. But Prophet kills Mano. And we go back here. So when you go indoors like this, the goal is to just stall payload with this corner. Mano doesn't have shield, he used Fortify. He's wrecked, like he's owned. He's owned if they push him. Nothing you can do. Ah, he got sucked in as well. Yeah, he's dead. He's dead the moment he gets sucked in. Was Jonak out of position as well? Okay, so here's the shield, and this is what I talked about. You know, you play the shield. Another alternative is, I don't know if this is an alternative actually. No, it's not. Okay, never mind. He places down the shield. And then Bedosian goes in. I don't think you can back in like this as Orisa. He's even fortifying for it. Because you have to play basically right outside of this shield, and then Bedosian can barely go in. Like your body block in front of the, like, so that they can't even enter through the shield. This is a massive hero play by Bedosian. I don't know why he fortifies though. It's kind of redundant, Mano. Makes zero sense to fortify like this. I guess it could be because shield is going down early. And Jonax LOS. Positions for Mano. Okay. Okay, that makes zero sense. This makes zero sense, guys. This positioning here. Jonak is also dead. It doesn't matter if Mano is naded or not. As long as he doesn't have shield, Jonak is checkmated. There's no escape. And he was standing here in order to heal Mano. And every, you know, so, okay, let me rephrase. If Mano stands here and he's full HP, every shot that isn't Hipfire that goes through him, it's gonna go into the shield or gesture or prophet. So that's why, I think that's just the overlapping. You don't have to aim as much. It's easy to nade. But Mano fortified early. I think Mano screwed over Jonak, to be honest. He probably screwed over Jonak since fortified too early. Couldn't stay as long. Because you wanna hold this corner here. And you wanna watch out for the Hanzo, of course. And where's the spam from Libero? Libero is reloading while he's dueling Fury. Yeah, Libero and Fury, they have their own duel. Birdring with CBRB. And Nene shooting in main. Yeah. But yeah, Jonak is dead regardless. He rotates a bit too slow, so it's most likely how to say, because he's rotating too slow, he probably didn't expect Mano to rotate in that early. So that tells me Mano is the one at fault here for not communicating shield going down or communicating, how to say, fortifying or whatever. He doesn't have to communicate it, but how to say, he fortifies too early, so he has to chill in this corner, otherwise he's just dead because of nade. And Jonak is lucky to survive there. He's lucky. But I think he only survives because Spitfire went for Mano. Prophet is low HP. Wait, he was right next to Bedosian, right? Oh, he even tried to kill Jonak. And then he's naded, so you can't really do anything about that. Ah, just a bit too... Wait, did he actually walk into CBLB? Shit happens, you know, in game. Oh, no. CBLB is over there, okay. He was stealth, okay. And then the next important thing to look at is the widow angles. So Birdring here, Nene behind.
Der Kampf ist noch nicht vorbei.
You know, imagine if he knew where everyone is. Oh, very close to headshot. So that's an angle you can take. That's a good pull by a gesture. That's a really good pull. And then Barrage comes in here. Oh, no, not Barrage, but Spammer mid. So just losing your Orisa like that basically guarantees your loss.
The payload team
It wouldn't be super bad if only Mano died though. So now you switch to Winston.
remaining.
I see the point in Winston here because you want to be able to deal with the snipers. And there's no point in having Rissa or second defense.
10 seconds remaining.
Okay, so Bird Ring. Imagine if he went for Jonik and got that headshot. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. That's a zoning dragon. And that dragon gives the snipers a lot of space because this upper half of balcony is freed.
I'm feeling unstoppable.
Then Nano and Mano.
Justice reigns from above.
Oh yeah. Let's see what happened. This is when the Spitfire kinda just loses it.
Overtime.
Okay, so Spitfire wants to set up their barrage combo. Prophet dying is whatever.
I'm feeling unstoppable.
The thing is, Ocean can't die.
Get them off me.
Ah. Okay. Footmob, what's up, man? What's up, man? Okay, so Nanny gets the headshot. I think. I don't know if it's a body shot. It's most likely body shot to headshot. Who knows? But Ocean outside of the shield. It's whatever. Not whatever, but tried to kill. He tried to kill Jonak there, and it's a gamble. It's all a gamble. This is another sign. This is another sign that it feels like players are relying more on mechanics. I'm not sure if it actually is, because it could be just a gamble you take in a moment, even though you, don't rely a lot on mechanics. So the clear play is barrage with Nano, right? And Bedosian is also close to the corner, which is the primary way you just avoid damage.
Get them off me.
This is the dumb part though. I think he defaults to the corner because you want to break LOS. It's default. Yeah, it feels like it's a mistake because, well, it is a mistake, but I don't know if it's it's most likely out of habit. Because that opens him to the headshot. And then Nano never comes in on Mr. Fury here. Fury is also super far away. He can't get the Nano. I think it's out of range.
Justice reigns from above.
And yeah, even if there is a Nano, he would only kill Jonak.
Apagando las luces.
So, TLDR. Mostly Nene catching people off guard. With, not off guard, catching them in open angles.
Round 3 complete.
Alright, next round.
Initiating match. Ready for battle.
Thanks for the assist. I'm out of here.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
Same comp, but Excelsior were running... no, they didn't try that. No Doomfist. So everyone behind the shield. And then we want to look at scouting. We look at gesture. I guess Nene, Ibero and Sibyolbi are in charge of scouting, as well as Mano. Everyone is basically. I think Anamo is doing a lot of scouting for them as well. Okay, so Engage goes in here. This is the right call. Okay. I wanna show what Mano wanted to do. I think this is what Mano wanted to do earlier. So shield is out. And you break LOS. You don't fortify with shield down, by the way. Shield up, I mean. And it saves the fortify for now instead. This is what Manu wanted to do. This is what you should do. And this is what Jonak expected. But Bedoshin, he can play LOS as well. However, with LOS here, actually I think this LOS is more for... There's so much white bright explosions here. This LOS here is mainly for the enemies up. Okay, so it makes sense because the enemies were before like this. Now they are like this. Okay. And even though a gesture is hacked, I mean not hacked, but what's it called? Naded. Fortify still removes a lot of damage. And you can start to, how to say, break LOS with, yeah, the corner on the doorway and all that stuff before the fortify runs out. Another thing is that you stop the cart by the, yeah, right here, and by the time you respawn, you'll have a retake. Birdring looking for angles. This is all a skill matchup. That's only a skill matchup. Okay, people looking at Fury. It's kinda low. And eventually the cap.
The payload has reached the checkpoint.
It feels like Spitfire executes a bit better with Orisa on an individual level. Mano feels like he hasn't practiced as much Orisa, while Gesture hasn't as well, but Gesture, it's more like Mano messes up the, how to say, the strategy, while Gesture messes up, no, Gesture messes up the strategy, while Mano messes up mechanics, I guess, or individual decision making.
Justice reigns from above.
Barrage with no nano, because you have no nano. And at the same time, you pile driver, but yeah, Gesture slept. So pile drive into barrage, that's a viable thing. Bongos are in. You can't really duel the Orisa when you're bongos. You see how quickly Gesture died. Then you have nano, you just go in, you just kill people. Oh yeah. Prophet! He basically goes in and carries. Kills 2 people, and then gets, yeah, 2 more. 5 more even. No, that's Bedoshin. But yeah, if that wasn't for Prophet, I don't know. I don't know what this would be. This would be NYXL winning.
10 seconds remaining.
And Libero switching to Brig. That dragon is only for payload contest. And the issue now is they're not engaging with the dragon. Sure. Widow needs to be held away. But I think Libero should be going in with the dragon here. So should Mano. He's not positioning for an aggressive shield. It's a new shield. I think he's positioning to the wall just, I guess, yeah, just to have better angles for his DPS. Then eventually Nani dies, that's, yeah, whatever. Nice sleep on what's his name, Quartermain. I just feel like it's so slow from NYXL. Like it's way too slow. And the moment it should have engaged would be with the dragon. Coming up here. And I'll draw how you should engage as well.
10 seconds remaining.
Okay, so
Helden sterben nicht.
you saw CBL be like shaking up and down, looking to the left or right, whatever it is. Right, I think, yeah. Podcast, what's up? What's up, man? Welcome. So, most likely called out, making sure that no one's flanking. Dragon comes out. I think Mano has to wait with the shield. But he puts down the shield in order for Nanny here to snipe. Libero is in the wrong position. I think completely wrong. Because Libero should be with Mano pushing in on the dragon. And yeah, 45 comes in. Spitfire wins. Oh yeah, you lose your how to say power spike. And that's Dorado.